We want to check in with Dane Placco. Now he is marching with the protesters. Dane, where are you right now?
Yeah, the march is underway. Started about 15 minutes ago. We are at the corner of Washington Boulevard and Ashland. In fact, we're standing in the middle of Ashland Avenue and show you what the intersection looks like right now. All those people you see standing there are still waiting to progress to the front of the line so they can begin marching westbound on Washington Boulevard. This is the game plan. They're going to be marching west on Washington about a block up. They're going to be turning north on Hermitage, a fairly small residential street. That's only a block or so from the United Center itself. Then they're going to be going north to Maypole, west on Maypole, past the United Center on the north side of all the fencing that's been erected there, to Damon Avenue, north on Damon to Lake. And then they're going to march eastbound on Lake back here to Union Park. Now, the crowd has been growing throughout the day. When we first arrived here this morning, just a couple of hundred people. I'd say an hour ago there were maybe a couple thousand. Now there are clearly several thousand people who have shown up for this march. It is multiple people and causes and reasons to be marching. The largest part, of course, is the pro-Palestinian aspect of it. A lot of people very angry about the Democratic Party continuing to support Israel and the U.S. government policy of giving money to Israel as it conducts its war in Gaza. But there are also people here fighting for immigration rights, and also many people on the abortion issue, women's bodily autonomy. The superintendent of police, Larry Snelling, is also here. In fact, he was at this intersection we're standing at right now about 15 minutes ago when the march started. I saw him. He said hello. We walked over and talked to him briefly. He said that with a big grin on his face, everything is under control. I asked, how do you feel about how things are going to go here? He said, I feel very good about it. They have plenty of police on hand. So far, the crowd, while noisy, has been respectful. I only saw one person, a so-called agitator, kind of walking the line along here, urging people to not listen to the police instructions or not follow the mandated route mandated by the U.S. federal court. But most of the folks here appear to be going according to the game plan. They want their voices heard. They have plenty of signs. They are angry about multiple policies supported by the Democratic Party, but they don't want to get arrested. That's what they're telling me, is they don't feel as though that would be helpful to anybody to have a mass arrest right here. But we'll have to see. Again, you have a lot of people with different agendas within large groups like this. I would estimate, again, several thousand people. In fact, Ed, turn around, you can see there's still a large number of people trying to come this way down Washington Boulevard from the east. You see the Willis Tower in the background there. That crowd continues to stretch eastbound on Washington Boulevard, basically to the end of Union Park. They are very slowly shuffling forward now. Once they get past this intersection, they begin to pick up. I should also mention that the weather is really cooperative today. It's been bright and sunny, winds out of the north, cooler temperatures, but still you can see right there a lot of people bringing water to the scene. Ed, if you can take a look at what this man is pulling, a wagon full of cooled water. We are seeing a lot of that around here. There are also a lot of first aid stations, nurses on patrol, keeping an eye on the crowd and making sure there are no any injuries, any problems, any heat stroke, although it would be difficult on a day like this, despite the very bright sunshine. So that's the scene here in Union Park. I know Nate Rogers is going to be at the front of this march. We're going to take up the back end of it and follow along. And we're also going to be looking to see whether there are any problems when they hit Hermitage. We'd mentioned before in some of our reporting over the last couple of weeks, one of the concerns of organizers was when they make that sharp right turn north and then a left turn back west past the United Center. They said their experiences with crowds this size, that can cause people to back up, and that can cause problems with people having to trample on lawns or stand on porches. So we're going to check that a little bit later and see if any of that is happening. But so far, so good as the march begins west here on Washington Boulevard. Back to you.